Hello, welcome to another episode of the Talking Globe News. Today's topic is a win-win deal. A statement of intent was agreed upon earlier this week between Ethiopia and Somaliland, a neighboring unrecognized state. If carried out, the agreement will see Ethiopia formally recognizing Somaliland as a country, in exchange for access to Somaliland's port of Berbera and a military base for a period of 50 years. Somaliland would also receive a stake in the state-owned Ethiopian Airlines. A similar deal was signed back in 2018, but fell through when Ethiopia failed to meet the required conditions to acquire its stake in the port. Ethiopia has been landlocked since 1991, when Eritrean forces defeated Ethiopian forces in Eritrea and declared their independence a couple years later. Ethiopia continued to handle their sea trade through Eritrea's port until a war broke out between the two countries over a border dispute in 1998. Since then, Ethiopia channels most of its sea trade through Djibouti, paying their neighbor a hefty price of more than $1 billion annually in port fees. Rebels in the civil war that ended in 2021 blocked the main road leading to Djibouti's port, stressing why Ethiopia can't rely on just one port outside its borders. In a world where more than 80% of international trade is being transported by sea, Ethiopia can't afford a lack of sea access. Somaliland can gain a very first and important step in their path to global recognition with this deal. The unrecognized state gained independence from Britain in 1960 for a brief period of 5 days, before unionizing with Italian Somaliland to form an independent state of Somalia. In the newly formed constitution, the formerly Italian South was favored over the formerly British minority in the North. In 1991, Somaliland regained its sovereignty when the Somali military rule collapsed. In a 2001 referendum, 97.1% of voters voted in favor of final separation from Somalia. Even though Somaliland is completely autonomous and democratic, and much more stable and functional than Somalia, it hasn't been officially recognized by any UN member or international organization. Well, this still seems to satisfy the needs of both sides, but it also creates some tensions in the region. Somalia rejected the deal, called it a violation of sovereignty, freedom, and unity, and said they'll defend itself by any legal means. They have recalled their ambassador in Ethiopia and condemned their neighbor's aggression. Thousands of Somalis protested against the agreement behind the slogan, "Our sea is not for sale."